Viewers, first pictures from Deeksha Bhoomi. This is that sacred place where Dr. Ambedkar embraced Buddhism in 1956. This is more than a historical landmark, viewers. It is a living symbol of, what does one say? Resistance, rebirth, resilience, where Dr. Ambedkar, alongside 500,000 followers, sought to forge a new path rooted in what he called was dignity and self-respect. And now Prime Minister Modi's presence here following his tribute at the Smriti Mandir, like I said, weaves a narrative that bridges distinct yet complementary threads of India's identity. The puja at the stupa, marked by the gentle placement of flowers and a moment of reflection, serves as a powerful visual. But this goes beyond TV screens and our broadcast viewers, one that aligns the BJP's ideological lineage with Ambedkar's universal call for justice. The RSS is celebrating its 100th year this year, 1925 to 2025, 100 years. And Modi's visit to Deeksha Bhoomi extends mere ceremony. It is, like Shekhar Iyer has been saying, a calculated gesture of inclusion, a recognition of this site's importance. And it is more important, more so than, in the past, because of the blame game around Dr. Ambedkar's legacy. Mr. Iyer.
Definitely, because this Deeksha Bhoomi has a very significant in the emancipation of Dalits. And on 4th October 1956, we witnessed what was called the world's largest conversion. I mean, because today, when you talk of religious conversion, it has a different connotation. But what happened on 14th October 1956, where Baba Sahib Ambedkar, after studying several religions, finally concluded, in order to give a message against oppression, particularly the oppression of the Dalits and the underprivileged, it was necessary for them to break out of the system. By breaking out of the system, Dr. Ambedkar wanted to give a message to the system. And today, the Neo-Buddhism or Navayana Buddhism, which Dr. Ambedkar initiated on 14th October 1956, today it has a large following. All over the country, Dalits saw a big message in Dr. Ambedkar's embracing Buddhism. So the Prime Minister's presence today at Deeksha Bhoomi is to show that the overall approach of the Sanatan Dharma and Dharmic values, that is inclusive, that includes also the role played by Bhagwan Buddha and his teachings that are not in contradiction with the core Vedantic approach. Though there are differences in terms of interpretation of certain approaches, but basic concept, if you see, beneath the surface, it talks about realizing one's own inner self. So therefore, Dr. Ambedkar, by choosing Buddhism, wanted to also make it very clear that he was against conversion to Islam or conversion to Christianity, because he studied all the faiths and concluded, because at no stage did Dr. Ambedkar want any efforts by forces which are opposed to Bharatiyata, which are opposed to the integrity of the country. So that's a very big message here. And, he embraced Buddhism on 14th October 1956, but within 1.5 months, on December 6, 1956, Dr. Ambedkar passed away. So that 1.5 months, that was a very crucial period that saw several Dalits feeling that they could get out of an oppressive system by embracing Buddhism. So therefore, Prime Minister's visit today there is to convey that how inclusive is our approach, how inclusive is the approach of both the party, the government, and as well as the whole concept of the RSS, the integration of Indian society, and giving importance and primacy to the downtrodden, and is very important for India to progress.
But I'm afraid, Shekhar Iyer, that going by what we've seen, the kind of bickering and the negativity we've seen in the past, there will be many. And I won't be surprised if we have those, posts or Facebook posts or, what have you, reactions, so to say, that many would say that, we could not spot Mohan Bhagwat in these pictures while the Prime Minister was at Deeksha Bhoomi. So you can't make the ecosystem understand because they don't want to understand. So you can say whatever you want to, but they will always find fault or, have an excuse to push their narrative. But I thank you, Mr. Iyer, for joining us. Ratan Sharda, always a pleasure to have you. We're taking a short break. Viewers, our non-stop coverage continues. Swati Joshi, Arunil Saradekar, Pragya Kaushika, and Ravikant, along with a panel of guests, will stay.